Can hear, right? Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Discord bot workshop. My name is Chenson, and together with my partner JR, we'll be going through this session with you guys today. So, for those who have attended the Python workshop at the previous one, or maybe two previous workshop ago, you might be wondering, what can you do after learning a Python programming language? And there are other programming language you can learn, but what can you do with it? In fact, there are a million things you can do with programming. And one of them is creating your own bot, which this workshop, we will be introducing you Discord bot with Python. Do follow us along to start your very first Discord bot. So before we start, for those who do not have any knowledge with Python or did not attend the previous workshop, you may face difficulties understanding what we are typing, but do not worry, this is normal for those who does not have any knowledge with it. You can choose to sit back and watch how these processes are being done. If you have any questions, do head to the chat window to ask questions. Do not give up and keep practicing programming, and I'm sure you'll reach there one day for those who does not have any knowledge. Okay, so before we start our Discord board, for those who don't know what is a Discord, let me briefly introduce you what is Discord. So Discord is a group chatting platform similar to your Skype or maybe your Microsoft Teams, where you get to chat with your friends, and just like also together with this Zoom here. But it's different because they get to create their own channel and have a community. They can join voice channel, video channel, as well as live stream their own games. So it's more like a group, and where people can join together with the community or maybe share some resources. This is where Discord bot come in. So with Discord bot, it's just similar to a person inside a channel, but they are tasked to automate things. An example, a typical bot is a thing that you can perform a task on your server, like programming a bot to respond to a command that is given by a user. So one example that is given here is given a command hello, and then the bot is programmed to respond hello to you too. You can do many different things, and this is one of the way you can do by responding to the command given hello. And also another feature, if for those who have added Discord bot to your channel before, they join your voice channel to play music. You can listen together with your friends or maybe other people as well in the community. So here are some popular bots that are available in the Discord market. This may be familiar with you for those who have used a Discord bot before. The first one, what we have here is Groovy. It plays music in your server. So what you can do here is play music from YouTube or either from other music sources. And what we have next is MEE6. It's for configuration, moderation, Twitch alerts, and much more. It's more towards the third party where you get to connect to other program as well as allocating a role to a person. So for those who use Discord before, roles might be familiar with you. You get to give roles to the person and some permissions they can do within the server. And with MEE6, they can automate these tasks for you. And the third bot, what we have here is helper.gg. It's a great helper and powerful ticketing bot. So it's similar to your customer support, but this time around it's inside a channel. And this bot will automate a ticket where you get to connect to a customer support to help you out with any troubles that you have. So with that, you will get to see how all these things are being developed behind. So before we start off by doing our practical, we have to set up some resources. So for those who did not download Python, you might need to have Python. You need to have Python in order to program your bot. So what we will need to start off is downloading of Python. You copy the link, not copy the link. Okay, it's can Google search Python. So you have to type in the link, and then you click on the first one, and then downloads Python 3.9.1. So for those who have not downloaded Python, do download Python. Okay. And after installation, give you a moment, it's to installing. Okay, once you get this window, right, make sure to check the add Python 3.9 to path and then click on install now. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, while it's installing, we'll be set up our first Discord bot first. We can't just immediately program it. We have to create a bot from Discord and then start programming it. It's just similar to how you buy things from online, like maybe your first, maybe robot, then you want to program your robot to do stuff. It's similar. Discord, you have to create your bot first, then you can start programming the bot. And how can we do that? Okay, second close, installation done. Okay, so we'll go on and create our first bot first. So go to this link, discord.com/developers/applications. Okay. Once you're done entering this link, you can see I have 3 existing applications. So these are the applications that I created, but since we want to start from scratch, that's where we click on the new application here, the button. And then let's name our application. Let me name my bot as Open House and create. Okay, so once you get this screen, you can see a lot of tabs. Okay, and what you can see here is where you get to set up your own bot, the name of your bot, the description of your bot, and your app icon. So, but today we will mainly focus on how we're gonna program the bot, and this thing you can lift it to yourself to exploit on your own. So we'll go to head out to bot, the tab bot here, and then click on add bot. And then yes, do it. So now you have created a bot to your application. And then you can see here, this is your username for your bot. You can rename it if you want. But for now, we're going to name it as Open House Bot. Okay. So what you can see here, right? Click to review token. This is your token for your bot, which we'll be using later. So we'll be going through how we can make use of the token later on with the hands-on practical. But do take note that this is the token that we'll be using. Also, to add on, this token is very important. Keep it to yourself and not to expose to public. What I'm doing right now is somewhat a bad practice because my token is exposed. Someone can program my bot and do many other stuff, which I think doesn't matter because this is just a testing bot. Okay, so after creating a bot, let's go to authorization here. And then we're gonna select the scope, which is the bot, because we are doing creating a bot. And there are other different scopes, but what we're focusing on is just bot. And then for bot permission, these are the permissions that you can give to your bot. So the bot can do like this stuff in your server. These are the permissions they need in order to maybe fulfill the program that you do. But for today, we're gonna make things simple. Don't need to select one by one. We just click on administrator. So it's a bad practice, but to make it easier to have to test out the bot, we just give an administrator, right? And then we can explore how Discord bot works. After clicking on administrator, copy this link and open a new tab and paste it in. So if you paste, you can see that it's prompting you where the bot, which server you want to add, in which server you want to add the bot in. So for those, you can, sorry, let me hide this. You can head over to your Discord and create a new server for yourself. So for those who don't know how to create a server, you can scroll down all the way and click the server. So for here, you can see there's a test server that is being created. So right now I'm only one alone, and I'm gonna add my bot into the test server. So I'm gonna select a server, and then click on test server, and click on continue. And then authorize, giving this permission to my bot. Okay, I am a human. Okay, now I'm authorized. Now head back to your Discord and take a look. Your bot is now being added to your Discord channel. So yeah, now you have done the first step. And next, after, remember just now what I told you is to install Python, right? The one thing that we need is to install the Discord packages. And what we need to do here is open up your command prompt. So before that, right, to check if your Python is successfully installed, type in Python in your command prompt. If this shows up, means your Python has successfully installed into your system, or else try to reinstall if you don't see this, or maybe restart your laptop. Yeah. Okay, so what we need to do here is pip install discord.py. So click enter, and then we'll wait for it to install. So since I have already installed, right, therefore my process is faster because it's already existed in my system itself. So for those might be wondering, why am I doing this? Because Python programming, right, is just creating a program. But what if you want to program Discord? Therefore, you have to have the Discord library in order to program the bot, because all those resources belongs to the bot. So in order to program the Discord bot, you need to install the libraries before you start programming your own bot. Okay, so now you also can take a look. There's a new thing that is being installed to your system as well. Typing idle into your search bar, and you can see idle. And then click on file, new file, and this is where you can start typing your code in. Print hello world. So you can now start programming your own Discord bot. I'll be giving on to my next speaker, JR, which you will going through how you can program your own bot. Okay, good job. Good job everyone for reaching this far, and have fun with creating your own bot. You can share.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm hoping you're having a great afternoon with us. We shall proceed with creating our Discord bot. So before we begin, I'll give you a, a, a starter code so that you don't have to bother with the boilerplates. So if you click in here, just copy this code and paste it in your IDLE. All right. Okay, so today we'll be focusing on 3 commands. Okay, so let me give you a demo of these 3 commands. So the 3 commands we'll be focusing on is echo, flip a coin, and RPS, rock, paper, scissors. So for echo, if you type echo and type any other word below it, you get a response on the board. The second one is flip. You get either heads or tails. So this is randomly generated. And also RPS. So for example, I want to play rock. So I win. So this is the 3 commands we'll be focusing on. Three commands we'll be focusing on. So let's start by creating. Let's start by me going through what is message.content. So for example, right, whatever I type here, over here, this is the message content. So I'll get this exact text in my code over here when I start running it. So first we begin by having a if statement. If message content is equal to $echo, Oh, crap. I'm sorry, guys. Share screen. Okay. Wait, only the code.
You share a screen.
Okay, then I'll go through the commands again. Okay, so we have 3 commands, like I said. So one is flip, okay. Another one is echo, which will type whatever we type here, the bot will respond back. And other one is RPS. So for example, paper. I win. All right. So these are the 3 commands we will be doing. So what I said message content was, for example, the message content will be when I type hello, this will be the message content. So this we will get that as a message content in the code over here. So we have 3 commands, meaning we will have a if statement. So the first one will be echo. Okay, so then we pass. Okay, then the second one will be else if. Else if flip or RPS. So these will be the 3 commands that we will be working on. So let's start by doing the code for echo. So for echo, we will, once they type the command, we need to get a response from them. So we wait. So we create a variable called reply. So how we await for a response is by having this command await client wait for the message, and we need to have a check method. So this will allow us to check if the message is coming from the same channel. So check m.channel then we return. So we have that check function here, followed by we await. So once we get a reply from them, a message from them, we want to send it back to them. So to do that, we do a await client, message channel send, and whatever the message content was, which will be reply content. So let's test this out. So to test it out, all we need to do is press F5 on your system, okay, and you will run the bot. So once you press F5, check if your echo is working. So okay, so we know our echo is working for our bot. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. My partner will reply to the messages. So our next command we'll be working on is flip. So for flip, we'll be using a library called random. So this library is coded by someone else. So we don't know how it works, like from how he coded it, but we can use this library to save us some time. So for library, we create a variable called ren. So we do random dot ren init, and we do 0 or 1. So what does this command do? You randomly pick between 0 to 1. So since there's only 2 options you can get of it, you can do an if statement. If ren equal 0, we send a message called hits. So we do await message the channel dot send hits. Else it will be tails. So it's the same command, just that the message that we will be sending will be tails. So if you run, then you run the code again, and you go to your board, and you do $flip, and you get heads or tails. So all right, so let's move on to the next command, which is RPS. So for RPS, we will have a few steps. So RPS, will have rock will be represented as the integer value 0, paper will be 1, scissors will be 2. So if when you minus this both, if you get a 0, it's a draw. If you get -1, the bot wins. If you get -2, the user wins. Or 1 or 0, 0 is a draw, 1 is a user wins, and 2 is the bot wins. So this will be the sequence, and we will design our if statement based on that. So first, we need to get a random number from 0 to 2. Since over here we need rock will be 0, and paper will be 1, and scissors will be 2. So we will do ran in 0 to 2, followed by we will have a possible answers, which will be stored in an array, which will be rock, paper. So I should start with scissors. We need the order to be right. Scissors, rock, paper, and paper. This will be the right order for the answers. So first, we start by having this message. I'm going to throw to play some mind games. Throw some random answer. And what are you going to throw? We will send this message to our board. So what you can do is, to send a message, it will be await message dot channel dot send, and you do this. Then you do F double quote, and you, instead of scissors, we put a curly bracket to represent a code or a variable. So in this case, we need answers and the index position, which will be random. So we use a random generator. So 0 to 2 to send a message. Then we will need to wait for a response, which we store in a reply variable. Then we do await client wait for message, and we will need to check. So the check function will contain to see if the message is from if the message is in answers. So it will be return m in answer, and if it's in the same channel, to the message. Okay, once we've done that, we can put the check over here. So this will run the check function in their own system, in the Discord system. So after that, we will need the reply, and we will start. We'll send the message. So once we type the word, like for example paper, example like rock over here, you'll say what was the chosen answer when we did it on top. Over here, when we did a ran, what was the random number? So you'll do await message send omnichannel, send. So this based on the answer, followed by the rand, followed by the rand. Okay. So now we should start checking whether it's a draw, win, or lose scenario. So we will do a if statement. But before that, we will have to get result. The result will be the index of the answer from the replies content minus by the rand. And if so, what would be the win scenarios here? For the win scenario will be either -2 or 1. So if result equal -2 or result equal -1, you send a message, reply channel dot send wins. So now who will win? We will need the author's name. So we do a message, then we figure out author and the name. So we will send this message to the author. So the next scenario, which is the lose scenario, else we have an else if, and for lose it will be -1 and 2. In this case, the bot wins. So result equal -1 or result is equal 2. So in this case, we can copy this and you can put there, you lose. And the last one, which will be a draw, we can also copy this code and say it's a tie. Since we already covered all the possible scenarios, so what we can do is run the code. And if you see RPS, and I say rock, okay, I missed something. So we do a wait, check, okay, help me. Okay, let's try again. Sorry, it's M content. Okay, so yeah, so it's not M in answers, it's the content. So it's M dot content in answers. And once we've done that, that will be our last command, right? So okay, there's a challenge. You can try to create another command which will generate a dice from 1 to 6. So you can have a command called $dice and you'll generate a number 1 to 6. So it's fairly easy. You can give it a shot. We will be here if you guys need any help.